I'll start by saying that belt was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life.
I'm not a big fan of, well, let me just get this, because Ben's listening at some point this week. So, Ben, this is specifically for you. Mick Foley equals, get him off my TV, get him off my TV, get him off my TV. Every time that man introduces the new championship, it's absolute hot garbage.
I will say this, though. In terms of, like, his part of it, he got straight to the point. He didn't do that bad. Like, it was just the fact that when he unveiled that title, it was so ugly and the crowd booed. I felt, for the first time in a long time, I felt bad for Mick Foley because I'm like, this guy, like, honestly did nothing wrong. He just is presenting the ugliest championship in the history. It was like they took the belt that they gave to Braun at Saudi Arabia last year and wrote 24/7 on it.
Yeah, it looks
that thing is fucking disgusting. It is repugnant. It is vile. Like, that is gross looking.
It looks like a watch battery.
I wouldn't even want to win that.
Nobody wants to win that.
You know where that belongs? In the trash.
Well, here's my biggest thing, and the people on Twitter are throwing shit at me left and right. But here's the real deal.
The real deal is the first champion.
Exactly. Which congratulations.
Well, he was a big deal.
Yeah, the big deal.
I don't know.
Whatever he was. But anyway, look. Here's what I really am trying to whittle down, and people are giving me shit about it, but I don't give a shit because I'm right so far. Look at all the segments that have happened. Not one segment has had any element of hardcore wrestling. It's literally hide and go seek. It's hide and go seek. It's just people running after each other. That's all it's going to be. I know they're going to be like, oh, they'll be in a ball pit and yes, I'll pop for that. Or yeah, they'll be in like different situations and yeah, that'll be fine. But the fact that it's 24/7 and it's just being like Falls Count Anywhere, people are like, well, Falls Count Anywhere implies that it's going to be weapons related, which again, you would think that, but the WWE does not think that way. They said 24/7 for a reason. They did not say hardcore. They did not whatever. They went out of their way to make sure they did not say weapons and all that stuff. It is literally the Benny Hill Championship. Like, that's exactly what it is. It's a Fitbit Championship. You might as well get your steps in. I mean, that's literally what you're doing. You're putting on your gear to go run after somebody in a place that is not the ring. The championship was won, get this, by leaving it in the ring and someone grabbing it, which to me was ridiculous to begin with, but I get it. It's to add the element of, like, capture the flag. But this, yes, and there is a positive to it, and everybody's like, there are potentials to it. And I agree, there are potentials. You could have everybody that's not on the show now on the show for run-ins.
Yeah, there's a very big positive.
It is. But it's just, you get to a point where I'm just like, the thing looks ugly, yes, we get over that eventually, or we won't, it doesn't matter. But the crux of the situation for me is everybody's like, oh, there will be. I'm like, no, there won't. You guys are being lied to. You guys are being conditioned to think it's going to happen. Now, maybe, just maybe, on a pay-per-view or a special event, maybe there'll be something hardcore. But the crux of this, the absolute minimal part of this, when you boil it down,
it's for cheap pop.
It's literally for just nonsensical bullshit where it's just like, we don't know how to finish this match. It showed it on SmackDown.
Oh.
It was just like, here's Carmella versus, Mandy Rose, which again, we'll want to see more of, but it's just like, here it comes. And it's just like, everybody, blah, 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 blah. Like, R-Truth's going to do a decent job with it, but
if you look at it, like, I will say, I fucking hate this shit. Everything you said is true. But in terms of entertainment, like, there's a lot of entertainment in there.
Sure.
Obviously, the way that R-Truth did it with the car, with Robert Roode on Raw, and then on SmackDown carrying the wig stuff, that kind of shit's not for me. Like, that, I didn't think that was great. But, like R-Truth, like, the promos he's cutting, like, in the middle of the woods before the show online, like, that stuff, like, again, I get it, but it's just, when I look at this, I'm trying to look at this from a long-term view. It's like, it's very short-sighted.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to do
it's like, what have we been stressing? It's like, you got to build up your undercard, which, yes, this gets people actually on TV, but it's doing it in a comedic angle. Like, we're seeing EC3 and Mojo in a comedic angle. Does that mean now the only time they're going to be on TV is for these? Because the whole point is, like, instead of dedicating these, like, little pockets of time to this goofy shit, like, give me a 5-minute match between lower card people so we can build them. Like, stuff like that instead. But this is their solution to underutilizing talent, is just having a fucking hodgepodge where the Good Brothers and the B Team are fighting over the title and fucking, like people are slipping on banana peels and Drake Maverick's running around, like, trying to win it, and you got, like, whatever. It's just, like, you got random people showing up trying to, it's such a short-sighted, like, fix, and it's just, again, there's going to be entertaining parts. Like,
there will be.
Most of it entertain me, but it's just, if they do this every week, it won't be entertaining anymore.
And the other thing
That's
too.
the reason why the hardcore title eventually went away.
Yeah.
Because the gimmick just runs out. And like maybe they're just doing it for like a quick fix right now, but I think it's hurting, it's putting a band-aid on your long-term issues once again, which they continue to do with everything. It's like your long-term issue is developing these characters, not just having them go all the time. It's like, let's, instead of doing this, let's try to build like lower divisions. Like, why can't your mid-card titles be like the wrestling titles and be the ones that are on TV? And those are the people you see wrestle mostly week to week, and the main event guys show up in the main event every other week or something. So it's more special. But instead we have fucking Kofi wrestling 15 matches a week on every show and just overexposing him and just I'm not showing nobody else. It's just, that's why it sucks.
I did have somebody on Twitter tell me, well, the hardcore championship was, funny all the time and all this stuff and like
How long was it?
And it was
How
comedy.
long was this the 24-hour hardcore thing actually around? Do you know? I didn't.
I mean,
should've
it
looked
started.
up.
You can look it
wasn't
up.
a long time
No, I believe
because the gimmick like gets stale really quick.
if I have to guess, I would say that the gimmick would be right at the end of '98, almost '99, and it was merged with I think either the Intercontinental Championship or the European Championship with RVD. I think in Jeff Hardy in probably 2001 or 2.
Yeah.
So there's like a good span of 4 years essentially with it.
It's a short shelf life.
Yeah, it's
and even
not
that,
gonna-
like this one won't go that long because it's just
Especially not with the hardcore
Well,
element.
exactly, because that's the thing. Is like they, at least then, like they were still booked hardcore matches.
Yeah.
But it was just like things could happen in between. Like,
Sure.
Like I did love at the WrestleMania where like Maven and everything going on with that.
Yeah.
That stuff was fun, but it's a short term thing, and just like they have so many long term problems, and this is just like a quick. Especially because they already have fucking 12 championships, and now we're
Yeah.
just adding yet another one. So we're gonna have this thing taking up so much of the show. That means even less of your fucking. The Raw Tag Team Champions are like never on TV
Yep.
ever.
And those
Like,
guys-
at all. The Women's Tag Team Champs finally got back on TV this week, but they're not even on the show they're normally on, and they're involved in a 6-woman tag match. Then you
Ugh.
have the U.S. title nowhere to be seen because Ray got hurt, but also Finn wasn't on TV, probably selling injuries, which is good. But it's just think about all these titles that weren't on TV and all the stuff you saw. So it's how we like. It's just too much.
I really hope that the tag titles get merged because that should happen. They should just have one
They
set of
should
tag titles.
merge all
They should
those.
merge so many championships.
The
It's
world's,
ridiculous.
the women's, and the tag should all be one title, and
Yeah.
the champions can float to both shows.
Yeah.
There's your fucking wild card.
Exactly.
Rule. So if Fox and USA want your biggest stars in each show in the fall, well, it's like, well, Brock Lesnar's the champ. He's on both shows. He's a champ.
Yeah,
that's how
fine.
you do it. Roman Reigns is your champ. He's on both shows. Like the fucking Viking Raiders Experience, who haven't been on TV in a couple weeks for
Yep.
some reason. They're the champs. They're on both shows. Like that's how you do it. Because then it's also you naturally get the rotation. It's like, oh, well, now the Usos won, so now they're on both shows. So now it's Daniel Bryan and Rowan who are one, so now they're on both shows.
Exactly.
But I'm assuming that he's just going to be off TV until after Saudi Arabia, since he's definitely not going.
Yeah, it's just this whole thing really bothers me. This 24/7 thing. It's like everybody's like, "There's a lot of potential because of this, this, and this," which I agree. There is a lot of potential to it, but at the same time, like
It's a
It's
title
bad.
made for our truth, which again,
Yeah.
I enjoy our truth, but it's
how many
not sustainable.
how many times are we gonna have somebody sleeping in the back and we're gonna have the referee counting 1, 2?
Well, what if our truth is a power bottom? That's technically getting pinned, right?
Exactly. Who knows? You know what I mean? Like, there's so many things that they're going to be able to do. I get it. But after a while, it's going to be the same thing.
Hey,
And that's why it just bothers
You can only
me.
do fucking chase scenes so much before it gets old.
Yeah.
You know?
Falls count anywhere. I get it. But have some matches for it. Don't just have it be run,
And we'll see.
run.
Maybe they're like this is like an evolving thing.
Sure.
And like I said, I think short term it will be like an interesting part of the show. A lot of people said it was their favorite parts of the show, which again I think that's fine. I don't disagree with that. I'm just looking from a long term standpoint. I think this is just it's gonna do more harm than good in the long term.
Oh yeah.
To the
It's
rest
going
of
to
your
kill.
show.
It's
hurting
going to.
your show.
It's going to assassinate so many characters.
Exactly, because it's going to put so many characters stuck in this role
Yep.
where you're not going to be able to take them seriously
Absolutely.
when they switch back. So
All right. Well, that's enough of that.